It was already hard enough to be an independent producer 10 years ago, but you really had opportunity of like, if you make something great for a certain price point, like you can absolutely catapult yourself to the next level, to working with certain kinds of filmmakers, to becoming a trusted right hand to a filmmaker that now the studio wants to poach and wants to give them their Marvel film. And that is less and less the case because you are essentially a scout, right? You become a scout for the agencies and for the studios, and you're investing years of your life making no money, developing these great filmmakers because you love storytelling, you love film so much, and they hopefully do well, hopefully get seen, they just get great distribution, but you're still left like having to teach or find odd jobs just to pay the bills. And then there's this like, oh, well, you're the producer, so you're fine, you're making all this money. And it's like, oh my gosh, like people just have no idea how relentless and thankless it is. And so when people want to just dilute the producer credit and just give it to anybody because they gave a note once or helped get this person on board, who is the person actually left holding the bag when there's a problem? Who's the first call when there's an issue with the tax audit? That's the producer.
Yeah.
That's the person that is responsible for the film.
But people don't realize too, like when people think like, oh, producers make a lot of money, but it's like, how long have you been on that project? Most people can kind of just make their hourly rate or day rate or whatever it is, and they're in and out. But you're probably still dealing with something 5 years later that like you're not making a day rate to like deal with or anything like that. And so when you kind of dwindle it to the amount of hours spent or whatever it might be, it's
years. Yeah. How do you quantify, right? You see someone's rate on a budget and you're like, oh my God, this producer is getting $100,000. And it's like, yeah, but they've been on this for 3 years and they're going to be on it for another 2 years. So when you divide that by 5 years minus taxes, they're not even making a living wage for this. I say when you're plugged into that matrix, you're in it every day, all the time. It doesn't matter. If there's a need, you have to be the person to handle it, to solve it. And there used to be a huge financial upside to be that person. And now it just isn't.
How would you define a producer?
It's so complex because there's many types of producers on any given project. And to me, like a capital P producer, which is that produced by credit that everyone fights over, that is the credit, that is the person, if there is an Academy Award to be won for Best Picture, that's the producer that gets the award.